Call to order. Roll call, please.
Belsley.
Here.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Here.
Herman. Kaufman. Here. Newhouse.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have no public hearings, no presentations or special reports that I'm aware of. Would anyone in the audience like to make a comment? Would anyone in the audience like to pull something off of the consent agenda? The consent agenda is minutes and bills. Would any of the trustees like to pull any of the minutes or bills for review? There being none, could I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
A second? Tom. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Kaufman. Yes. Newhouse.
Yes. I don't have anything this evening. How about the village clerk?
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Village administrator isn't here, and in the village administrator's place, I will ask for a transfer of $23,000 from the general fund to the capital project fund, as shown on the handout.
So moved.
I need a second. Second. Call the question, please.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Kaufman. Yes. Newhouse.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Chief of Police.
I have a few things tonight, Your Honor. The first is overall the special events that we worked last year, the auxiliary and the regular police. There's a list in your packet listing all of them, itemizing what the cost is for each. There was a total cost of $15,313.32. And I'm requesting a transfer from the tourism tax fund back into the general fund to assist in paying for these expenses. So moved.
Second.
Mr. Dobb.
Sam moved.
Oh,
and
Sam.
Belsley seconded. Any discussion on this? Call the question, please.
Hare.
Yes.
Kaufman. Yes. Newhouse.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes. Next one, Chief.
The next one is more of an informational. There's a list of all the department's fleet along with the ending miles and the miles that were driven on each of those vehicles. And down at the bottom, a total miles driven by the department in 2014. Just under 267,000 miles. On that sheet, there's some asterisks next to three different vehicles, a 2011 Chevy Impala and two 2012 Chevy Impalas, and that those are indicating that we will be looking to trade those off during the 2015 year. That brings me to my next and final item, and that would be the purchase of 3 additional squad cars. We would be ordering those right away, with looking to receive those sometime in April. We planned at the beginning of the budget year, we planned on adding another SUV to our fleet with a Chevy Tahoe and two sedans at that time. In looking at the recent bids that just come out, there is about an $8,000 difference between the Chevy Tahoe and the Ford Interceptor SUV. I happen to have been driving one of those Fords this last year. Obviously, the driving that I do isn't the same as what's going on in a patrol vehicle. But I would recommend that instead of the Tahoe, that we actually get one of the Ford Interceptors, SUV Interceptors. Also, if you look on your sheet, there is a state bid on the Impala from Miles Chevrolet for $21,779. Bob Grimm Chevrolet, a local dealer, is $111 more. For $111, I find it a bad business practice for us to shop outside of the town. So I would be looking that we would get the Ford SUV Interceptor from Morrow Brothers on their state bid of $25,820, and then 2 Impalas from Bob Grimm Chevrolet for $21,990.
Can we have a motion to get this on the table?
So moved.
Randy moves.
Second. Tom and I tied.
Was that a tie? I'm going to give it to Tom.
Sounds good to me.
Tom?
Yeah. Randy, did you want to comment on this?
Yeah, was there going to be a vote or not? Okay. Yeah, I fully support what Chief Hilliard has shared. I'm real pleased to see that we have a local dealership that, should we approve the vote here tonight, that they would be able to provide 2 of those vehicles. And that's something that I know for the dealerships, that's very hard for them to compete at the state level. And as Chief shared, the margin we're looking at is minimal. So they're being very aggressive with that, and as a good gesture to the village. And I wholeheartedly support supporting that dealership as well with that. So I think the motion here tonight with 1 SUV and 2 squad cars, 2 of those of which would be coming from Bob Grimm, I think would be a win-win for us.
Any other thoughts or comments?
Just a couple of questions. Oh, go ahead, Tom.
No, go ahead.
A couple regarding the Ford Interceptor SUV and the Tahoe.
Yes, sir.
The Ford Interceptor SUV is a dedicated police vehicle, right?
Yes, it's a police pursuit vehicle. It's a police package.
And the Tahoe is not?
The Tahoe is as well.
Oh, it is?
We
Okay.
actually have 2 Tahoes on the street. One is patrol. It's on our command officers,
Yeah.
and the plan would be for the whatever other SUV we get here on this purchase also being one of the command cars. But the other one's dedicated to the K-9.
Right,
So-
right, I knew about that. I was
So
just
we have
curious.
2 of those, and those are police pursuit
Okay.
rated.
I noticed the Highway Patrol and a number of other departments are moving to the Ford Interceptor, so.
Well, and they are, and even though the bid here is a state bid, it's not being a bid by the state police. The
No,
state police
I
is
realize.
actually not planning on purchasing any Tahoes. They're purchasing all the Ford Interceptors. Now, the difference between those is they're having an eco boost that we're not getting. And don't mistake that for being more eco-friendly. It's just
That's
more
the power package, yes, I know what it is.
And in town, we don't need that.
Okay.
More of the county vehicles and the state vehicles.
Okay. And on the Impala purchase, I guess I'd always thought there was some legal issue with buying, when you had a higher bid, even if it's local, my preference would be to buy local, obviously, in any case where we could. So, for $111 difference, I think this is not much of a decision to make. It goes in favor of the local vendor.
Not to mention that if we go to pick these up, I've got to have extra people drive down to that, and I'm paying them to go to pick up the vehicle and drive it back, where it doesn't take a lot just to drive the other end of town.
So
I
our
don't-
total transaction cost
I don't
is
think that's a problem, Counselor.
I don't have any problem with it. Your legal standard is to accept the bid from the lowest responsible bidder, and you're allowed to consider other factors beyond price in making that determination. In addition, by a supermajority vote, you can always award a contract without bidding or without a formal bidding process. So in both instances, I have no reservations. In addition to what the chief said about the total cost when you consider man hours to pick up the vehicle. So.
I think this is a good recommendation.
Trustee Dobb, you wanted to
Well,
say
that's what I was
something?
gonna add, what Chief Hilliard did about the fact you gotta pay somebody. Plus, they used to charge $150 a vehicle to deliver them. They deliver them to you where you didn't have to pay anybody, but it cost you $150.
We've been able to finagle deals in the last few years where they bring them to us for no additional charge. So,
Any other comments?
Good work.
Call the question, please.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Newhouse.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Chief, do you have anything else?
Nothing more tonight.
Corporate counsel,
Nothing tonight.
Director of Fire and Emergency Services,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Director of Public Works,
Alls I have is in your packets is the Public Works recap for the month of December.
Planning and Zoning.
One item tonight, Your Honor. It's before you, ordinance 14-33. It's just a few simple lines that we're going to add to our existing code. It stemmed from a situation we had, and it doesn't I don't know that it's happened before, but we had someone in town sold a wedge-shaped piece of their rear yard to a neighbor because the neighbor constructed their fence in the wrong place. Well, when they did that, it made that the property that sold the land more non-conforming than it already was, and it wouldn't have been approved had we looked at it. And I'm not sure where, usually we get notified of that, but we weren't. So this is giving us, I guess, a little bit more ammunition to, in case a situation like that arises in the future.
You have any, is that okay?
It's
Anyone
one of
have a
those things that happens from time to time. History is littered with these kind of events, especially in small to medium-sized towns. And Mr. Spangler's solution is a good one.
Any other thoughts or comments? Call the question.
So moved.
We need
Yeah.
a motion.
Oh, sorry.
I move.
Moved by Sam,
I'll second.
second by Tom.
Newhouse.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Trustee Belsley,
Nothing tonight.
Trustee Dobb,
Nothing tonight.
Trustee Hare,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Trustee Herman isn't here, Trustee Kaufman.
Just one information, we will be coming in the next meeting with the contract for hazardous waste and some announcements, and we'll be getting that information to the mayor and the trustees before that meeting, so we can go over that stuff. We are in the final stages of working that out.
Appreciate all the work that you and Steve are putting in on that.
Steve, would you have anything to add to that?
No, that's fine.
Trustee
That's all.
Newhouse?
No, sir, nothing tonight.
Concludes our regular meeting. We have a closed session planned for tonight for two items. One is the purpose of discussing employment. The other is the purpose of discussing some employee negotiations. We do not plan to take any action when we get out, so anybody who'd like to leave may do so. Staff can leave, but if the trustees would stay for a little bit, we'll have a quick meeting.
Move to adjourn.
Oh, yeah.
Motion and a second to do so.
I first, you second.
All in favor, or do we have to call a roll? All right.
Newhouse.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.